Yo, what's going on? So AJ Vasa here, doing another uh doing another YouTube video for why you shouldn't go after success until you define what it is for you. Um, Success is something that I think I've been going after my whole life, and I made a lot of mistakes in going after it. Some people told me that I was successful. There were times now that I look back that I would agree with that. I was successful for that time period or for the area that I was in. But ultimately, success is determined by you. And what happens is a lot is that if we haven't defined what success is for us, then we end up in some of the things that I'm gonna talk about in this video. So I think it's very important that before you ever start going after success, you realize what it is for you. Um, Growing up playing football, like successfully for me was making it to play D1 football and playing in an NFL stadium. That was success. I knew from a very early age, as much as I wanted to reach the NFL and that was success and that was a goal, I knew I didn't have it. It just wasn't in the cards for me. But I knew playing D1 football, that would show that I reached my full potential, and I did that. So now, as I look back and I'm thinking about success as far as for my life, you know, I think about a lot of the mistakes I made. I think about things that I'm even correcting for myself now, and I just wanted to talk about how that affects you, what it looks like, and why you shouldn't go after success until you define what it is for you. So, number one, success is subjective. Everybody has their own definition of success. For some people, you're not successful unless you become a billionaire, right? For other people, you're successful if you just make it out of where you are. A lot of people look at where I come from, the neighborhood I came from, and they're like, yo, for you to live in South America, that's success. But it ultimately comes down to what do I see it as. So for different people, success means different things. That's why it's very hard to let someone else give you the label of success because it can be so many different things for different people. When we're growing up, success a lot of times is determined by our environment, right? We were all programmed to know what success is for that area, what the general consensus of success is, and where I come from, it was like you were either a doctor, a lawyer, although we didn't know any, um, or an athlete, right? I didn't even realize there were other ways to be successful. People would say go to school and get good grades, but it was like for what? So I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna get good grades, then what? Because we didn't have the role models around to know what success was. We had police officers that were successful. I could think of like as I was growing up, it was we had Officer Hickman. We had he's the mayor of Alton now. Officer Goins. We had they used to call her RoboCop. I have no idea why they called her RoboCop. The sad part is I don't even know her name. But we had those examples. But then also where I come from, it wasn't cool to be a police officer at the time. So it was like the only thing that was cool was to be a barber beautician. They got respect. Drug dealer because they had money, and after that, you work in one of the factories, but that really wasn't success. That was just like that's what you do. So your environment kind of teaches you what success is, like what to look at as success, and that affects your life, and that affects how you view things, how you go about life, how you go after success, what you deem as successful. Um, and success for me and you is going to be different, which is why you need to know what success is for you. I need to know what success is for me. And as you all can see, uh, I didn't edit it again. And that's why it's like this. All right. But we're going to get it anyway. Right. So it's different from one person to another. Success is totally different. So that's why the first thing you need to do, start defining what it is. what I thought success was growing up, right? Even as I got into my 20s, I thought success was having a car on 23-inch rims. That's the environment I came from, right? So when I owned my first barbershop, that's what I did. I had a car on 23-inch rims. I had a motorcycle. I had a Ninja, and yo, that to me that was successful. Um, Having baddies on your roster, that was successful, right? As a man in my environment, the more women you had, the more successful you were. You had extra money to blow. You respected in the hood, right? Because I had went to college, and because I grew up in the hood, but I went to college and I was doing good in school. To me, being a chameleon was success, right? Being educated but hood, being comfortable to go into a boardroom but leave the boardroom and go to the block. That was success in my eyes. Uh, you know, and then it was like outside of that, you need to be a professional athlete or be a millionaire. And the only way I even knew to become a millionaire at the time was to be a professional athlete. I didn't know you could become a millionaire doing other things because that was never represented where I come from. So there's a few reasons why you shouldn't go after success until you define what it is for you. And I'm going to go over them real quick. So, more than likely, like I did, you're going to make poor decisions. You're going to make decisions that don't even rock with you. Like, I'm not even into cars. That's not my thing. But, like, growing up, that's what the dope boys had. I wanted to look like a dope boy without having to sell dope. So, I got the dope boy car, right? Now, looking back on it, I'm like, why did I do that? That was dumb. But you make bad decisions, right? Um, and you make bad decisions because you use other people's expectations to start showing you and telling you what's good for you. And that's not always good for you, if that makes sense, right? You'll be less motivated. And one reason you'll be less motivated is because that's somebody else's dream and goal. If that's not really your dream and goal, you're gonna have a hard time like staying motivated to go after that and get that thing. And then once you have it, you won't be content with it because it doesn't mean the same for you. Like it means the same, it means differently for other people when they achieve it because that's really what they want. Like I never really wanted a car on 23-inch rims. I just thought it was cool and Dope Boys had it. So I wanted to have what the Dope Boys had, right? Because I thought that was success. I thought that was how you showed that you were successful. Um, and because it was somebody else's dream, right? Um, my clarity in finding out, okay, what is success for me? Uh, it was skewed. I didn't know what success was for me. So as I'm going through it, I'm like, is this or is this not? It feels like it. Other people are praising me for it. And even when other people praise you for it, doesn't mean it's success for you. Because in your heart of hearts, you know, like that ain't really rocking with me. I don't really vibe with that. I mean I have it. It's cool. You know, it gets me attention here and there, but ultimately that's not what I want to go for. So you have to get clarity in what success means, or you make these bad decisions and you'll be less motivated to get them. Um, you'll be less likely to enjoy the journey. I know that's big. I think a lot of people get burnt out for this reason right here. Success is a journey, right? It's not a destination, and ultimately, I'll tell you my definition of success at the end. Um, but success is a journey. It's not something that you just arrive to because even when you get there, you're gonna feel like yo, I can do more, I can be more, I want to go further, and your the things that you want in life will change as you get older. The things that I wanted at 23 and 22, I don't want at 42. Right, the things I thought were dope at 22, they're not dope at 42. Right, so we're gonna be on this journey and a lot of times, if you're not going after the right thing, you won't enjoy your journey. Your journey will be very burdensome. Your journey will suck. Number one, the journey is going to suck anyway. Let's start there. The journey is going to suck, but at least if the journey is going to suck, you can enjoy parts of the journey because you know that you're doing this for you. You know that I'm in this because I want this thing, right? I'm going to find a way to enjoy the process because ultimately I know this is what I want. I know it's all going to work out and pay off because ultimately, in my heart of hearts, this is what I want. This is why I'm doing it. I'm built for this. I want these challenges because that's going to make me better at who I'm becoming. So it's worth it, right? And as you're going through, a lot of people, what you'll find out is a lot of people, they want the perks, but not the process. And that's a great way to tell if the success that you're going after is really worth it. Because if you want the process and the perks, you on the right track. You'll figure out a way to enjoy it, right? But if you don't enjoy the process of working towards your goal, you're gonna be less likely to achieve it. It's going to be hard. I see that a lot in athletics. I look at young men who make it to the league or they make it to the NBA, and you like, yo, they were so good in college. They were so good. Like everybody knew they were going to be a pro. Why didn't it pan out in the pros? And a lot of times is they like the perks of playing, but they didn't like the process of getting good. They like, one person I could think of is, and I don't know if this is his story ultimately because I don't know him personally, but this is what I perceive was Johnny Manziel. They call Johnny Manziel Johnny Football, right? But the way his life panned out, it looked like he liked the perks that football gave him more than the process of becoming great in football. And then you take the reverse of that, somebody like Tom Brady. It's like Tom Brady loved the process, and the process got him the perks. And then the perks reinstilled the process, and he just stayed in that loop. Michael Jordan is similar, right? People say all the time, Michael Jordan and Kobe, right? I've learned about their life more since they stopped playing than when they were playing, and to find out that how much effort they put into the game that we didn't see. That's what makes you great. When you locked in on the process, it makes you great to do the other thing. So we gotta be able to enjoy the process as well as the perks. And if you're going after somebody else's dream or somebody else's goal or the goal that your environment placed on you, the success that your environment placed on you, then the process is going to get you. No matter how good you are, no matter if you have all the talent in the world, if you're not bought in, you're not gonna make it there. So the best thing for us to do is define what success means to you. It's a central part of achieving it. Um, how do you define it for you? The first thing you have to do is refine success for you. And what I mean by refine is somebody has already defined it for you. So you need to go back and refine it. And the way to do that is to start questioning, why do I want this? Is this something that I really want? Does it really resonate with where I want to go, where I see myself ultimately in my heart? Is that lining up with what I'm going after right now? Right? Only you can determine what success is for you. There is an effort to define it for you, right? That's where the programming comes in with our environment. But even after our environment, what happens is we get programmed by the media. So they start programming us to want BMWs, Lamborghinis, Range Rovers, Teslas, Mercedes Benz, all these things to show that we're successful. Gucci bags, Louis Vuitton, all of these outer things they say are success. But if that's not success for you, then why would you go after that? For me, that stuff don't like I don't know. I'm just not into that. I'm starting to refine success for myself. And as I said in another video, success for me is having time freedom. That's success for me. Success for me is being able to be there for my family. Success for me is not becoming a billionaire. That I have no desire in becoming a billionaire. But the people around me, like I have guys around me, I can tell that that's where their mind is. And if they don't hit it, they definitely gonna hit 100 million because I can see the work that they're putting in for that. Now, I hope that that's the goal that they want because, like, I see them working. I see them neglecting things for this. I see them neglecting their family sometime to get to these things. And my only thing is, I hope it's worth it, and I hope that's your real goal. Me and my cousin were talking the other day, and he told me about it's a saying. It's like it's something like, how miserable is it for a man to have climbed the ladder only to realize it was on the wrong building, right, or something to that effect. If you know it, you know it. But I understand the premise of it. It's like, yo, we climb these corporate ladders, we climb the ladder of success, and what if we climbed the ladder and got all the way to the top and did all of this? Everything it takes. We went out and we gave it our all. We gave it our max effort. We sacrificed. We did all of the stuff only to find out that when we got to the top, it was laid against the wrong building of what we actually want. So it's important in the beginning to figure that out. Put the ladder on the right thing for you, and other people may not understand it. I have friends that don't understand why I don't want to be a millionaire, right? And to me, it's not that I don't want to be a millionaire. It's just not. It's something that when it comes, it comes. It's not something that I wake up every day going after. Um, I want to do my best. I want to help a lot of people. Uh, but to me, becoming a millionaire would be a byproduct of that more than anything else. So, you know, like I'm a minimalist. I don't have a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of people talk about the jackets I wear because, I'll wear the same jacket for 3 years, even though I have and show up on camera with the same jacket. If you look through my social media, you'll see it. And I did that with the jacket before, even though I have other jackets. I'm just like, God, this is the one I work out in, go places in, because that's me. Success for me is being able to live in Colombia. I've been living out of the country now for 6 years. And I started doing it before it was cool, before the pandemic, when people was getting PPP checks. Like I moved out and became an expat early. That's success for me. Being able to take care of my mom, pay bills for my mom. That's success for me. So, be comfortable with your choice, even if others don't understand your choice. So sit down and actually write out what is success. What do you want? What is success for you? It may not be $1 million a year. It may only be 4 times what you make now. But if that's success for you, and you're gonna live a happy life and you're gonna enjoy life, then go get that. Don't let nobody tell you different. Let's go get it.